Good morning to NEET 2020 NEET aspirants or dear students. All of you, good morning. Now I am going to explain one important topic. The topic name is simple harmonic motion. In simple harmonic motion, we will get compulsory one question in NEET exam. So one question means it carries 4 marks. And there is a relation between this simple harmonic motion and wave motion, like sound waves. So there also it plays the important role. So I think this topic is some mathematical approach is there. So you have to a little bit care about this sequence. So you please listen this topic from beginning onwards. So listen carefully. Why? Because it has certain sequence. Certain sequence is there and mathematical operations are there. So a small little bit mathematical operations are there, but easy, very easy, not easy, very easy and interesting topic. One question will come in simple harmonic motion and it is interlinked with the wave motions like sound waves. So there also we can see the wave equation. Okay, so wherever you go, even in physical optics, there also we are using that wave equation. Means we can express the displacement in terms of sine or cos terms. Okay, right. So first you see this is simple harmonic motion. So this topic name is so I am taking this topic. So this topic name is simple, means very simple. It is simple harmonic motion. So it is a simple harmonic motion. The topic name is simple harmonic motion. So simply we call it as a SHM, simple harmonic motion. Okay. So simple harmonic motion, it is like a harmonic motion. So first of all, you know the linear motion. So what is the linear motion? The particle is moving in a straight. If the particle is moving in a straight line manner, then the motion of the body is the linear motion. And what is the rotatory motion? If the particle is rotating with respect to some origin, so that is the rotatory motion, and we have some equations. We are converting that linear motion equations into the rotatory motion or circular motion equations. So for example, in linear motion, if we express that displacement like S, but in angular motion, we can express that one as angular displacement theta. So angular displacement is equal to arc divided by radius, like that. And here linear velocity V, there angular velocity omega. Like that we have given some relations in rotatory motion also or in angular motion. So this simple harmonic motion is the combination of these two motions, like linear motion and angular motion. Linear motion and angular motion, it is the combination. So it is the combination of both linear motion and angular motion, that is the harmonic motion, but it is a simple harmonic motion. Very simple harmonic motion means it has some conditions. When you say the body is in simple harmonic motion, means it has 3 conditions. One condition is, see the first condition. So condition 1. So see the condition 1. So when you say the body is in simple harmonic motion, it has 3 conditions. First condition is the displacement of the body. The displacement of the body can be expressed in terms of sine or cos terms, or the displacement of the body can be expressed in terms of sine or cos functions. Sine or cos functions means now we are going to show the displacement of the body. Y is equal to A sine omega t. We'll see how we can express the displacement of the body in terms of sine or cos terms. Means here you see y is the linear motion and omega is the angular velocity, that is the angular motion. And means the simple harmonic motion is the combination of both linear and angular. Linear and angular. So this is the first condition. So when you say the body is in simple harmonic motion, means it has to satisfy the 3 conditions. In that first condition is the displacement of the body can be expressed in terms of sine or cos functions. That is the first condition. And second condition, you see the amplitude, the acceleration of the particle or the acceleration of the body is directly proportional to its displacement but in opposite direction. But in opposite direction means I have shown that one as negative. So if the acceleration of the body is directly proportional to its displacement but in opposite direction, then we can say that the body is in simple harmonic motion. So these two are the conditions, and third condition is there. So third condition is it vibrates or it executes. Suppose it is the simple pendulum. So it vibrates in to and fro directions. It vibrates in to and fro directions with respect to mean position. So this is the mean position. With respect to this mean position, this body executes in to and fro directions. Or this body vibrates in to and fro directions. Suppose if any body satisfies these three conditions, if any motion of the body can be satisfied these three conditions, then we say that the body is in simple harmonic motion. Okay, now we see. So first we can derive this equation, displacement equation we can see. So to derive that equation, we go for circular motion first of all. We see the circular motion. So in circular motion, suppose this is the circle. Listen please. So this is the circle, and this radius of the circle is r. So this is the center point O. So radius of the circle is r. It's the circle, and r is the radius of the circle. Suppose if any particle is moving on the circumference of the circle, so this is the particle. This particle is moving on the circumference of the circle. Suppose this particle is moving like this. This particle is moving like this. So what about its foot of the perpendicular? Means that, please listen carefully. Just you see. Suppose a particle is moving from point A to point P. It is A and it is P. If particle is moving on the circumference of the circle, okay, from point A to point P, what about its foot of the perpendicular? Now I am taking another color. So this is the red color pen. Okay, so see here. So the foot of the perpendicular means you draw the perpendicular line on this diameter of the circle. So like this, you draw the diameter like this. So this is the foot of the, means initially whenever the particle is at point A, foot of the perpendicular is at point O. If particle is at point A, foot of the perpendicular is at point O. Can you understand? Right. If particle is moving like this on the circumference of the circle, foot of the perpendicular is moving on the diameter of the circle. So you draw this perpendicular line. So this is the position of the foot of the perpendicular. Means this is the displacement of the particle. So the displacement I am showing like y. Okay. Suppose particle is moving from here to here. Some P, Q, A to Q. You draw the foot of the perpendicular like this on the one of the diameter of the circle. So this is, so from here to here. So this is the displacement. Now this displacement I am showing like we call it is like x. Okay. Now particle is moving from point A to point B. Means which makes an angle 90 degrees. Or pi by 2 radians. Why? Because 90 degrees is the pi by 2 radians. So if particle is moving from point A to point B, where is the foot of the perpendicular? Foot of the perpendicular is also at point B. Why? Because that is the perpendicular distance. So means this radius, whatever radius is there, radius of the circle, will give the amplitude, that is the maximum amplitude of the particle. So what is the maximum amplitude of the particle? that is equal to A is equal to R. A is equal to R. R is the radius of the circle. Now see, if particle is moving from point B to somewhere in clockwise direction, in anti-clockwise direction I am taking. Suppose the particle moving from B to some points, you take some PQ, yes, you take some S like this, yes. Now what about the foot of the perpendicular? Just I am changing the color. See, I am changing the, I am drawing with the blue pen. So suppose the particle is moving here, means again you draw the foot of the perpendicular on one of the diameter of the circle. So see, it is moving in again towards the center of the circle. So this is the displacement in this case. So now the foot of the perpendicular is moving towards the center of the circle. Whenever a particle is moving from point A to point B, the foot of the perpendicular is moving from center of the circle to point B. B for Bombay. If the particle is moving from point B to point C, let us consider. So it is at a point S. It is at a point S. So the foot of the perpendicular is moving towards the center of the circle. Suppose the particle is moving from B to C, again B to C. Where is the foot of the perpendicular? Here only, at the center of the circle. Displacement is 0. Again, suppose particle is moving from point C to point D like this, somewhere else. Now you draw the foot of the perpendicular line like this on one of the diameter. Now this is the displacement. Means again it is moving away from the, center of the circle. So if the particle is moving from point C to point D, that foot of the perpendicular is moving from the center of the circle to the point D. Suppose the particle is at point D. Where is the foot of the perpendicular? At point D only. Where is the foot of the perpendicular? It is also at point D. Means in this case the amplitude again A is equal to R. Again A is equal to R. Can you understand? Right. Now again the particle is moving from point D to point A. Suppose somewhere else you take this point, some V, whatever it may be, V. Now again you draw the foot of the perpendicular like this. Means the foot of the perpendicular is again moving towards the center of the circle. Moving center of the circle. Like that, if the particle is moving along the circumference of the circle, then foot of the perpendicular is moving on one of the diameter in to and fro directions. In to and fro directions like this. Particle is moving from point A to point B, foot of the perpendicular is moving from point A to point B like this. Now if particle is moving from point B to point C, foot of the perpendicular is moving from point B to center of the circle. Means displacement is 0. Now particle is moving from point C to point D, foot of the perpendicular is moving away from the center of the circle and like this. The displacement will increase. Whenever it is at point D, the maximum amplitude will come. Displacement is equal to maximum amplitude, that is A. Again particle is moving from point D to point A. Again foot of the perpendicular is moving towards the center of the circle. Means that C, suppose it is the foot of, it is the center of the circle. What is the motion of the foot of the perpendicular C? It is moving first in this direction, reach to point B. Whenever the particle is moving from point A to point B, and again coming back to the center of the circle when particle is moving from point B to point C, and from point C to point D, again it is moving in opposite direction like this, D, and again from point D to point A, the foot of the perpendicular is moving towards the center of the circle in this direction. So with respect to mean position, so this is the mean position. With respect to mean position, first the particle is moving like this with maximum amplitude A and coming back and reaches to the mean position. Again it is moving in opposite direction with the amplitude A and reaches to point D, okay, point D. So maximum again from D to A, it reaches its mean position. Okay, so this I will show you with the simple pendulum in easy manner. See here, suppose the particle, simple pendulum, you can consider the simple pendulum like this. So it is the pendulum. So mass of the bob is m, and this length L is equal to r, means amplitude that is. Now the particle is moving from here mean position to somewhere else with y is equal to a. So this is point A to point B, and point B again it reaches to point C. Point C and point A are here only. So point C, and point C to point D in this direction, point D, and point D to point A again it is coming here. Means it completes one cycle. It completes one cycle like this. Point A to point B to point C to point D, D to again A. Means it completes one cycle. So this is the particle is in circular motion, but foot of the perpendicular is in simple harmonic motion. So here the motion of the particle is circular motion. It is not a simple harmonic motion. It's not a simple harmonic. Particle motion is circular motion. Why? Because it is moving on the circumference of the circle. Particle is moving on the circumference of the circle. So the motion of the particle is the circular motion, but foot of the perpendicular is there, no? So foot of the perpendicular is in to and fro directions with respect to mean position. So with respect to mean, it is in to and fro directions. So foot of the perpendicular executes the simple harmonic motion. Foot of the perpendicular executes the simple harmonic motion, but particle motion is the circular motion. Particle motion is the circular. That I have shown here in this diagram, and in this diagram also I have shown. So from point A to point B, and again B to C, C to D, D to A, one complete cycle. That I have shown here. A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A, one complete cycle. So foot of the perpendicular executes the simple harmonic motion, but the particle having the circular motion. Why? Because it is moving on the circumference of the circle. Okay, it is moving on the circumference of the circle. Okay, right. Now we can derive that equation, displacement equation of this particle. Okay, where that foot of the perpendicular executes the simple harmonic motion, that we can see right now. Right.